George was about 13 years old when I noticed a change in his behavior, his schoolwork. He showed he didn't have no interest in anything that he used to show interest in. We need to be aware of our children and what they do. Otherwise, we're losing them. So we need to have open communication. George and I have a lot of open communication. Even if it's stuff I don't want to hear, he's open and speaks about it, and that's very important.
He started gaining a lot of weight, and he was bullied a lot in school. When he was in 4th grade, he was hit in the back by a student. He took it real hard, and that's when all the problems started, that he wanted to end his life, that he didn't want to live anymore, that he just felt that he had no purpose in life.
I think it's important for the parent to come in and say, you know, I'm really concerned. I see you know, all day you've stayed in your room, you know, you have the lights off, you don't want to eat, and I'm concerned, and I would like to talk to you. Now, if you don't feel like talking right now, I'm okay with that, but I'm going to be checking in on you. I want to make sure you're okay.
Mental illness is the common disorder of childhood. In the United States, there are more than 15 million children with diagnosable mental illness. Less than half of them receive treatment. The reason for that lack of treatment is sometimes because of lack of looking. Taking that first step is often the hardest part.
Sit down with the child and say, you know, what's going on? I noticed this happened today. Something upsetting you, something worrying you? Is this something that we need to talk about more? And that might be the end of the problem. And I think that's very important first, not to overreact. On the other hand, we don't want to underreact either.
A lot of times we'll say, we'll call tomorrow, we'll call tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you won't have that opportunity. Maybe tonight is the night that your child decides to do something very drastic that might affect them and you for the rest of your lives.
You need to start now. You can't let this go. You can't say, let's sleep on it. We'll see how you're doing tomorrow. If the concern is safety, you'd never want to wait. Safety is something that you need to deal with immediately.
There's local mental health authorities that are assigned to every one of the 254 counties in the state of Texas. Every area also has available to it pediatricians, doctors that can be relied upon for advice, also pastoral staff through the church that can be reached out to as well. Also, the schools have resources available to them that families can reach out to for consultation. I
tell parents, you know, what if you were told that your child has juvenile onset diabetes and they're 12 years old? What would you do? I said, well, I would want them to start treatment because I know that, you know, having diabetes can lead to severe problems, and the earlier you start treatment, the better outcome you have. So the same thing is with a lot of this more severe mental illness.
If you feel that your children are in need, reach out and contact a family member, a church, your mental health, and it's not going to hurt to have a diagnosis done to make sure that your children get the care that they need.
Sometimes it's hard to make a call. Talk to other parents, you talk to different people, you look for other resources, you try to assess whether something is of concern or not. But generally, when you get those reports from the school that are of concern, that detention's there, or suspensions pending, or failing grades, or sudden change in behavior, those are usually clear signals that something needs to be checked out.
If you're refusing to talk to me, I'm going to have you talk with someone else, because I would prefer to talk to you, but if you can't even talk to me, maybe you need to talk to someone else. But I think you need to take it in steps, and you need to see how severe it is. If your child is already making a threat, a verbal threat, you don't want to just blow it off and say, you know, let's see if he settles down. You need to take threats or gestures very seriously.
Children with special needs can be a challenge for a parent, some more challenging than others. But it's a challenge that a parent has to rise up to. They're your children. They may take a different level of support than you thought that they would, but they're depending on you for that support.
I think that you need to find a place that is going to acknowledge the help that he needs, that has the programs that he needs, because a lot of people don't know there are a lot of programs out there for the young kids, and it benefits them. It benefits actually the whole family, because they learn to be a family as whole again instead of broken.
Most of the children don't say, you know what, I have a problem, Mom, you need to take me to see a doctor, a specialist. And so the parents say, I have this concern, and maybe my child does have a problem. And once they figure out that they do, the parent needs to know that they can be their child's best advocate, because my child is not going to be the one that's saying, I need help. They might not say that. So.
They've taught me how to work with people. They've taught me how to deal with my problems to help me get better. They've been there to help. And they're just somewhere that you go to.
In what ways have they helped you?
Many ways. They've taught me, they've given me counseling. They've taught me skills to work with people.
Of all the things that they have done for us as a family, because they've not only helped you, they've helped all of us, what are you the most grateful for? What have you seen the biggest change in?
Bringing us together.